Hello, how are you today? Do you want to dive into a book that might just surprise you? Whether it becomes your next favorite or one you might skip, let's find out what readers are saying about it.
TUDORQUEEN, who has 25 likes, says 3.5 stars. This was a study of a group of young, unplanned teenage mothers in the Florida Panhandle who found refuge, friendship, and support with each other. They congregated mostly around the main character of Simone, who assumed a mother superior type leader role. She gives birth to twins, a boy and a girl, alone in the bed of her red truck as the book begins, a riveting scene that establishes this character as a force to be reckoned with. Her coterie of misfit young mothers use that red truck as a sort of home-based support site. People in town regard this group warily as a situation to stay away from. However, young girls in trouble approach them in trepidation, desperate for advice and direction. While this was an interesting premise for a book and I enjoyed it, I had difficulty keeping track of all the young mothers and extended family's significant others. I also thought there was too much preachy dialogue amongst the characters, and this could have been edited more. Thank you to the publisher Knopf, who provided an advance reader copy via NetGalley. Naidra Monet, who has 11 likes, says thank you to Knopf for the e-arc after reading Leila Mottley's debut novel, Nightcrawling. I knew I would be picking up this gem. The Girls Who Grew Big follows a close-knit group of girls who are finding their way through the journeys of motherhood, sisterhood, and self-love in the little town of Padua Beach, Florida. The author's writing is so profound and full-bodied. This story gave me all the feels, and I just wanted to be there with the girls, helping in any way I could. I was cheering them on page after page. Seeing the girls struggle with the meaning of love and loss and grief made my heart hurt. The girls' stories are so big, even though they know people look at them as if they are so small. This book definitely helped to better understand teen, young, and single mothers. I have always had respect for them, but that has grown 10x. This book almost read like a documentary, in my opinion, being that each girl had their own voice to speak on their upbringing, how they got to where they are, and what they yearned for. The girls grew big in all the ways that mattered. The story is still fiction, but it's so raw and real. And I absolutely loved that Leila Mottley is definitely an auto-author for me. Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle, who has 14 likes, says there are books that ask for empathy. Then there are books that demand it. The Girls Who Grew Big doesn't care if you feel comfortable. It's not here to present neat narratives about redemption or resilience. This novel is sweaty, swollen, sleepless. It's sisterhood born of hardship. It's the ache of being too young to parent and too old to be anyone's child. It's girlhood peeled back to the nerve. Simone, Emery, and Adela aren't cautionary tales. They're not metaphors. They're real, raw, breath-stealing portraits of what it means to mother while still being a child yourself. Or in Simone's case, to keep mothering even after you've aged out of sympathy. Simone is nearly 21, raising her young twins in the back of a truck, pregnant again, and somehow still the gravitational center of this entire story. She's not a tragic figure. She's a force. She's a blueprint for survival without safety nets. Emery is all sharp edges and stubborn hope. A valedictorian with a baby on her hip. She breastfeeds during class, refuses to be quiet, and wants more. For herself, for her child, for all the girls like her who were written off before they had a chance to speak. And Adela's the new girl. The outsider. Sent to Padua Beach like a problem to be solved. A one-time Olympic hopeful. Now just another swollen belly in a town that doesn't ask questions, only passes judgment. There's no romanticism here. No soft focus lighting on the so-called miracle of motherhood. These girls are exhausted. They're hurt. They lash out, fall apart, abandon each other, come crawling back. They make bad choices and worse ones. They lie. They flinch. They betray. They try again. The brilliance of this book is that it lets them be messy. Not as a flaw, but as a birthright. Leila Mottley writes like she's breaking something open. Her language is poetic, sure, but there's nothing delicate about it. These stories are built out of sweat and spit and slammed doors. Padua Beach isn't just a setting. It's a crucible. And the red truck Simone lives in isn't just a backdrop. It's a battered kind of sanctuary. The only space where these girls get to exist without apology. The most brutal part, it's not the mistakes they make. It's how the world lines up to punish them for trying. Parents abandon them. Schools dismiss them. Doctors who refuse them care. The people who should be protecting them are the ones who pushed them to the edge. And yet, they protect each other. With food. With jokes. With help, breastfeeding, and lullabies hummed under their breath. It's not perfect. It's not enough. But it's what they've got. And somehow, under the wreckage of everything they've lost or never had, these girls still dream. That's what gutted me the most. Simone wondering if she can be more than just a mother. Emery still trying to get into college. Adela still craving something like love. Even if she doesn't trust herself to recognize it, they dare to want more in a world that keeps telling them they don't deserve even this. The most heartbreaking thing they can do is let go of their dreams, and watching their dreams evolve into something bruised, still beating, but utterly their own. Feels like hearing a heartbeat through the noise. For the ones who made homes out of truck beds and lullabies out of broken promises. For the girls who weren't handed a future or were promised one only to see it ripped away. And decided to make one anyway. For every time they chose each other or themselves in a world that chose to forget them. 4.5 stars. Thank you to Knopf and NetGalley for the advance review copy in exchange for an honest review. Stories like this don't just deserve to be read. They demand to be heard. Katie B, who has 9 likes, says 4.5 stars. I first read Leila Mottley's Nightcrawling a few years ago, and it's a book that has stuck with me. It blows my mind she started writing it at the age of 16. So I was very much looking forward to checking out her new novel. The girl's WHO grew big. She's only 23 years old now, and I truly believe I am witnessing from the ground floor up. A generational talent. If you haven't checked out her writing, get to it, folks. The girl's WHO grew big is set in a small town on the Florida Panhandle and follows 3 teen moms. Simone is the mother hen of the group, a parent to 4-year-old twins. Emery is determined to graduate and continue her education even if it means bringing her baby to class. Adela is sent to live with her grandmother in Florida after her parents find out she's pregnant. Her Olympic swimming aspirations put on hold for the moment. When the outside world and even family members shun them, these girls look out for each other. Each character brings something powerful to the table. Told with a raw honesty, it is a heartbreaking read but has uplifting moments as well. With challenges thrown their way, their inner strength is put to the test. A book that makes you think and makes you feel. Doesn't get much better than that for a reader. Highly recommend putting it on your TBR list. Thank you Knopf for sending me a free copy. Tammy, who has 9 likes, says, wow, what a talented young writer. And what an amazing book, hands down. All the stars. The Girls Who Grew Big is a remarkably atmospheric tale set in Padua Beach in the Florida Panhandle, where we meet Simone, Adela, and Emery. The girls are coming-of-age teen mothers who form a special bond of sisterhood to survive. Considered to be social outcasts, the girls have been judged by their families and society. Yet they couldn't care less what the world thinks of them. They have their friendships, found family, and dreams to pursue. Things that will not be stopped by anyone's notions of how they should live their lives or raise their children. I applaud Mottley, not only for being the youngest writer nominated for the Booker Prize, but for having the ability to put us in other people's shoes and hopefully expand our empathy towards others. This touching story will have your heart bursting with goodness. Absolutely loved it. Can't recommend enough. Pub. 62425. Thanks to NetGalley for the advanced reading copy in exchange for an honest review.